Trees are amazing. We literally breathe the air they are creating. They clean up our pollution, our carbon, store and purify water, give us medicine that cure our diseases, food that feeds us, which is why we are so sorry to tell you we burn them down. We clear-cut forests, we destroy ecosystems that take thousands of years to develop. We are removing 20 football fields worth of life-giving organisms every 60 seconds. In 100 years, we will face the death of all rainforests. And this is important because everything is interconnected.
Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Nothing in nature is free, and we cannot expect to take something from the earth without paying a price. Through the action of cutting down a single tree, we can see it has a profound effect on the environment and on our lives. Deforestation results in habitat loss, flooding, soil erosion, and the drying up of lake beds. Due to an increase in global temperatures, melting sea ice causes infrastructure destruction and coastal flooding. Ultimately, what goes around comes around, and in the end, nature will persevere, even if we do not.
Deforestation is the clearing and transforming of forests for other purposes. The causes of deforestation are urban and industrial use, the need for resources, and agriculture. Deforestation occurs everywhere, but mostly in developing countries like South America and Southeast Asia. The consequences of deforestation are alterations in soil, changes in climate, loss of biodiversity, and impacts on people.
Deforestation occurs in the Amazon rainforest, and it is very bad for many of the Earth's systems. The deforestation is caused by many factors, but the most important factor would be cattle ranching. Cattle ranching causes the most deforestation due to the fact that farmers clear the land at huge rates to make room for their cattle to graze and live. This is bad because as they cut down the trees, it negatively affects many of the different Earth systems. The first one being the water system, or the water cycle. This cycle gets negatively influenced because the water is not able to be absorbed through the roots of the trees, as well as transpiration does not occur where the water is evaporated from the tree leaves. This causes erosion and other negative effects within the cycle and the forest system itself. In addition, the deforestation influences the carbon cycle. The rainforest is a carbon sink. A carbon sink takes up carbon from the atmosphere and decreases the global carbon levels. When you cut down the trees, this carbon stays in the atmosphere and it negatively affects greenhouse gas emissions because there's more of them, and this causes an increase in temperatures and induces climate change. In addition, it negatively affects biodiversity. There are lots of species living in the rainforest, and they can only be found in this specific area. Due to their habitat loss, they are dying off and becoming extinct. All these things are being caused by not only cattle ranching though, but also illegal logging. Illegal logging is caused by an economic want to sustain what all of the people on the earth have. So without cutting down these forests, there's not enough lumber or anything for people to live. So as more people increase, we need more resources. But the problem is that these forests are thousands of years old and they're not able to regrow overnight. So once they are all cut down, then they aren't able to be replanted at the same rate. This illegal logging is not only caused by a global economic need, but also a local economic need, because people in these areas might not have any other means to make money, and so they turn to these illegal activities such as logging to sustain themselves. Also, Agriculture and mining are contributing factors to this deforestation. All of these causes have a negative effect on the Amazon rainforest, and it's quite sad because the Amazon rainforest provides us with so many goods and things that benefit us. Not only do they allow us to breathe nice clean air because the trees purify our air, but they also give us fruits, vegetables, also they give us pharmaceuticals which might not be found anywhere else in the world. So it's essential that we don't cut these forests down. They give us lumber, and also they give us seeds and all these other beautiful resources that might not be found other places. And we're just cutting these forests for our short-term needs and forgetting about our long-term responsibility to not only ourselves but to the world around us. Because it might not matter to us, but in 7 years or 7 generations time, this world isn't going to be able to sustain our economic growth that's fueling this deforestation. So we need to realize that now before it's too late and we cut down all the forests.
There are many solutions to help combat deforestation. Firstly, the World Wildlife Foundation created the Global Forest and Trade Network, which works to expand the area of forests under responsible forest management and to encourage demand for these forest products. Though total elimination of deforestation is not possible, it is important to reshape and alter the landscape responsibly as populations grow. In addition, carbon offsets help to reduce carbon emissions by providing incentives for nations to protect their forests while safeguarding the rights of local communities and indigenous peoples. Ultimately, we must create protected areas that preserve the forest's valuable species for future generations. People all over the world are able to raise awareness in their local communities by getting involved. Also, we can buy ethically produced lumber and goods.
Ha ha ha!